Alright, I'm going to do something that I haven't done in 8 years running this channel. I'm going to declare a winner. I rarely do this because all trucks are pretty good, but after driving this 2024 Ford Ranger Raptor around for the week, also driving in the desert and jumping and all the stuff I've done with this truck, I'm going to declare this my favorite mid-size truck of 2024. Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. I'm going to talk to you about what I love about this truck, my love affair, and my professional opinion on why it's the best mid-size truck out there. I'm also going to share with you one kind of head-scratching thing I just learned today about this truck that I can't believe isn't a feature. Yeah, it's kind of strange. So let's go ahead and pull over here in a little bit, and I'll do a walk around, I'll do an interior and exterior, and I'll kind of talk to you about this truck and tell you what I really like about it. Then we'll hit the road, and I'll tell you behind the wheel, and I'll kind of throw that head scratcher in here somewhere, and you guys gotta let me know, is that kind of weird, or am I just way off base? I find it kind of weird. All right, let's go ahead and pull over up here. Okay, this is the exterior of the Ranger Raptor. It is shelter green. We have the graphics package there, Ford spelled out along the front. It's the same as you see in Australia, other markets. We have the skid plate down there, big recovery hooks, the big black ones. I got my notes out here because there's a lot to cover on this. I'm just going to quickly go through it. You've probably seen other videos on this. So 2.5-inch live valve internal bypass shocks is kind of the key to this. We have a Watts linkage in the back. And so the Fox live valve shocks, they have a piggyback, which is a spot for more fluid, so you don't have too much shock fade. Keeps that fluid nice and cool. The Watts linkage is meant to keep it on the trail better. There's the Raptor there. Oh, if you start with underneath the hood, is a 3-liter V6 twin turbo engine, 430 foot-pounds of torque, and 405 horsepower. It is a lot for a mid-sized truck, and it just flies. It's really cool, even in the desert or driving around on paved roads. Lots of power, and that's paired to their 10-speed automatic transmission. Different drive modes and things inside the cabin will change the exhaust note, it'll change the driving performance, it'll change how it reacts to different terrain. So lots of different choices there. Again, shelter green, it's just beautiful. We have the Raptor running boards in this model that I'm testing out this week. There's our exterior coming around the back, and we have the rear of this. I gotta say, I like the way it looks in the rear. Raptor there as well. The big recovery points there. I did do a little towing with this, and I was really surprised to see that the plug-ins are down below the bumper instead of being above the bumper. See that it's a spot you could like knock those off-roading. I don't know. Seems like relocating up there makes a lot more sense to me, but what do I know? I am not an engineer. I don't even play one on TV. Here we go. We'll drop the tailgate here, and it comes down nicely. I can't say the word dampener. I don't know. I keep getting it wrong, so I'm not gonna say it. There's our shocks there to get it down. Some power there, 110 and an old 9-volt kind of plug-in, accessory plug-in. We have some LED lights there as well, because this is my favorite feature ever. It's got zone lighting built into it. Same on the F-150 Power Boost I had a couple years ago. You have your phone app, you actually can press a button and light up all different spots of the exterior. So we see a light there, light up theirs, and so you can actually at night when you're camping or coming out of the vehicle like Menards and stuff, it'll light up around the vehicle for you. You can see everything really nicely. We do have this really small window. I'm not really sure I'd use that very much. Inside the cabin, well, let me go to the other side. I've been using the truck. I let stuff everywhere. Okay, so inside the cabin over here, we have my stuff. But one of the things I really like about what Ford has done with this, and it's exclusive to the Ranger Raptor, everything, just the full Ranger lineup, is there's a lot of conversation about rear seat legroom with these seats that are small in the mid-sized trucks, right? So you don't have much legroom back here. What Ford's done is they've made a little insert here with the seats. Now what's nice is my knees fit right in there, versus other brands, Chevrolet, Toyota as well, they have a flat, so you don't have that insert. I like that insert. It makes it easier for guys and knees to get up in that spot. Some power back there and stuff. All right, so we'll come around and hop in to the driver's seat. Finally got a storm moving in. It's been hot as blazes, which I'll get to that in a minute, why it's been hot as blazes and why that impacts my review here. Ford performance there, we have the Raptor there, Raptor spelled out there. And no, it's not like Jurassic Park. I've been asked that a few times this week, people trying to be funny. We have 1,389 pounds of payload, and I think it tows up to 7,000 pounds, if I recall correctly. Okay, inside the cabin, we have the large screen, which is really cool. This one, and I was going to show you the zone lighting right here too. So zone lighting, press the button and turn different lights around the vehicle. When you turn it on, then you can, you know, depending what you want to do, depending what you want to light up. It's really good for camping, really good for deer hunting and such. Light up just the spot you need, and you don't have to light the whole thing up. I just like it. I'm a big fan of that. I used it quite a bit when I had the F-150 Power Boost, when I had it for a year. Owner's manual is digital, don't love that. I've been downloading the PDFs because I can't stand that. The towing, I had a little problem with the towing this week, besides just the situation where the wires are, is I had to add a trailer, and I misspelled it. It's supposed to be Reagan, not Rajab, whatever, because it kept like forcing me to, kept firing up the emergency braking and such, and even though the trailer was connected, even though the plug was in, what a pain in the butt. So I had to create the trailer. I didn't want to because it didn't matter to me. I just towed with it one time, but yeah, I had to create it in the system so it would stop bucking on me. And I'm not sure if that's something I did wrong or something that I'm missing, but yeah, when I was backing the trailer up, it was like constantly throwing emergency braking on, and I'm like, dude, I'm in tow haul mode. I have the trailer connected. Do I really have to add it? I don't like that at all. Oh yeah, we have the red stitching there as well around the vents, which is really cool. You have different controls for your mirrors there. Blind spot monitoring. Here's your setup for, you can change the different drive modes and different settings, and you can do dampeners and the steering response, just lots of cool stuff, and the exhaust, whether you want normal, sport, or Baja mode. Yeah, Baja is the best mode. It's the coolest mode. There's your controls for your adaptive driving. One thing I'm a huge fan of, that not every brand does this, 4Auto. So anytime you have a question mark, like it's gonna get nasty, windy, could be crazy, I don't want to lose control, I could just put 4A, and it'll engage the system as needed. It's kind of like an all-wheel drive setup kind of idea. We have different drive modes there as well, and cup holders and things like that. So yeah, that is the interior exterior of this Ford Ranger Raptor, and it still has the coolest thing ever, just the tactile feel of these. You can just do it all day long. All right, let's get on the road and tell you more about this. This is your quiet exhaust, normal, and then we'll put it on sport. Think of a valve inside of the exhaust that makes this happen. Or the fan favorite and the best one out there, one I would use as much as I can, is the Baja mode. Yeah, even for a V6, it sounds pretty darn good. And then you can change your steering, you can change your suspension, you can do a lot of different things. Okay, why is this thing my midsize truck of the year? Probably because of that. It just, for a V6, it sounds pretty cool. And it's got plenty of offline performance. It feels like I just want to go faster. Like I just want to go off-roading with this immediately. I did when I first got it. I did in desert. And so yeah, it's something that I just enjoy driving. And even with the bulkier tires on these, they're agreeably, they're OEM tires, we've always got to think they're cheap and stuff like that. I still think they do a good job. I still think these tires are quiet in this type of setup with the off-road configuration of the Ranger Raptor. Other things I like about it, I like big visibility. I can see a lot in this cabin. It's nice. I don't have any issues with that. A-pillar, that little small pillar, is small enough. I can see the mirrors really well. The mirrors are right size for this vehicle. I like the orange on the steering wheel. I can dead center it and see, you know, exactly where I'm going down the line and make sure I'm going straight. Because sometimes that's a question. But I like, you know, when you come over here and you make a left off the pavement. and you get on the dirt. This is where this thing excels. Yeah. I'm getting a little woohoo. The back end's kicking around. I should put it in a drive mode for that, so that way it knows that, hey, I'm doing a drive mode. Oh, yep, that's turning on my locking differential and stuff, but I'm going to turn this for the drive mode and turn on the off-road. Come on. I love the fact I can get off the pavement with this on the dirt road immediately. One of the things that off-road trucks that people don't always realize is suspension is really good for washboards, and that's a big part of living in the country, is dealing with washboards. So this thing handles that really well, and yeah, I mean, it's more fun. But the thing that was kind of an interesting that came up today was my son Cody and I were going to Walmart to get groceries again. I have raising boys. Walmart's like a daily chore these days. And we hopped in, and it's almost 100 degrees today. We're in this heat dome over the Midwest, if you remember this time period, if you're watching this sometime in the future. And we got in, and I was like, all right, well, just turn on the cooled seats. You know, off-road Baja truck. Heated seats, cooled seats, $55,000 plus taxes, maybe 57. Well, 57 with the options and things with delivery. No cooled seats. I thought that can't be right. So I went on to Ford.com and, sorry, just the camera there. There's no cooled seat option in the standard equipment. Isn't that weird? It's a head scratcher to me. So, I mean, I like the seats. Seats are nice and comfortable, and my butt doesn't hurt, and the bolstering is fine from my size, not squishing me in. But wouldn't you think that you'd want to have cooled seats in a desert kind of racer truck? It's kind of head scratcher to me. I don't know how I feel about that one. I also would love to have a digital rearview mirror. If some of these trucks these days have a digital camera up there, which is really nice at night. It actually cuts down the glare of the bright headlights coming in, and these headlights these days are getting brighter and brighter with these LEDs, and it cuts that down. And so I have an auto dimming rearview mirror, but I don't have a camera. I thought it was weird as well. Now, I lived with a year without it. When I bought my Silverado, did not have a digital rearview camera, and it was okay. I just prefer the digital camera, so that's a small Timism. But other than that, I mean, what I like about this over the competition, let's get to that fact, is that I got about $55,000 all in. However, I was shopping for a Ford Ranger the other day, thinking about buying one for my wife, and they're already offering some good discounts. You can buy like an XLT. I think I saw an XLT for right around $40,000, which seems like to me a better price point for mid-size trucks. This one's a little bit on the high end, but I do like the fact that I can get this. Like, I don't have to go to the Ford F-50 Raptor. I don't have to go to a big truck. I can get this in a smaller truck and get all the off-road performance. I'm in the $55,000 price range, 57, I think, with dealer handling fees. Right in that price range number. Pricing is always going to change a little bit. But I have this versus the Colorado ZR2. I like this better. The doors close better to me. It's not as tingy. I like the fact I don't hear the tinging from the direct injection in this. It sounds smoother. I just hear the exhaust note. I have a headlight switch. I don't have to do something in the dash with the headlight switch. If you know about infotainment system, if you know about the new Chevy Colorado, headlight switch is now in the infotainment system. I'm not a fan of that. I want to show this mode because if I press this terrain button, I can see a bunch of more stuff on the screen. The locking rear differential, locking front and rear. I can change this and look at what's going on around the vehicle as far as what's locked, what's not, and PSI for my tires. And then this camera screen turned on the whole time. It was live while I was driving, which is really handy for seeing where those tires are, so make sure I don't hit anything off-road, because that'd be bad. And by the way, those parking sensors that you can turn them on and turn them off, I did turn them off when I was towing, and it still alerted me to stuff, so that was a little frustrating. So I like that I have a real headlight switch. I like the seats really comfortable, and I like that for my size, I'm 5'7", 5'8" with my boots on. I get into this cabin really easily. I'm not having to step up or having a weird thing. The Canyon I'm going to get tomorrow, I'll show you a video on that when I walk these two around. We'll do a comparison. It just seems like the Canyon, it's just that much too tall for me. It creates an awkwardness. So this truck fits me. I like the styling, I like the colors, I just like everything about it, and it really fits for me, and I just like the performance. And I like hearing that exhaust note. And I like doing 70 miles an hour right there. And I feel like I'm in control. Now, I should take the drive mode back to normal. Ooh, I don't want to go to Baja. I like there's Baja mode. That thing is the best mode ever. So I just like everything about that. I like the price point, like the Colorado versus Colorado. I like the price point of this versus Tacoma, right? So Tacoma, you have to go TRD off-road with a couple packages to get a competitor in this range, and you're like mid-50s. The TRD Pro, which is really a two-seater truck because it's got the big shocks behind the driver's seat, is 65,000 or 63,000, something like that. It's a lot more money. Let's go with that. So yes, I realize that the Tacoma probably will have better resale value and better reliability long term than the Ford Ranger Raptor will. Ford doesn't have the same reliability rankings as Toyota does, but you're paying quite a bit more. And these days, trucks have really gotten a lot better. So I take the chance on this one for reliability and resale value versus waiting around for the Tacoma TRD Pro, trying to get one, A, and B, spending more money for it, and C, in my opinion, getting less of a truck that only seats two and doesn't have all the cool stuff that this truck has. I like the light valve shocks, I like the suspension, I like the V6. I mean, you just can't get that with the Tacoma. So I think this is the best midsize truck. Now I know that people are going to say, well, Tim, it's a turbo engine. You got to go naturally aspirated with the Frontier or the Honda Ridgeline. Really, guys, Honda Ridgeline, Ranger Raptor, we're doing that thing? We're not. I get that. I get that there's a fear still of the turbos. Ford's been building turbos for more than 12 years, and the trucks, full-size truck side, it's been more of it. And I think they've done it more in the cars before they killed all those cars off before that. I mean, I've been covering this industry since about 14 years now, and I've been covering trucks for that time period. I have looked for reliability rankings for years, and I cannot find the reliability rankings that tell me that the turbocharged engine is a disaster. I know my brother's cousins, uncles, sisters, I know my buddies on the street had a turbo, stuff like that. I hear those stories all the time from viewers, but I have not, to this day, seen a report from any of the reliability rankings that talks about turbocharged engines are the worst thing, they're just going to implode. So hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully you guys are right, and they're terrible engines, but from my viewpoint, I've talked to owners who've had EcoBoost engines for decades, for a decade now, and they tell me they freaking love them. And I can see why. It's a lot of fun. All right, more fun videos. Check them out over here. Website down below as well. PickupTruckTalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road when I get out of this damn storm. This weather's been crazy lately. Crazy.